Hi, welcome to SPR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Say next week's Mike Brenner. It's Thursday, January 21st. This is our daily NBA show. All right, things are going well in the show so far. They're bound to turn around back for the bad at some point, right? Maybe not.
Well,
but,
I don't know. I'm not going to look at it that way, Pete. I'm going to stay on the positive right here.
Going pretty damn well, Mike Brenner.
It's going
3-0.
well.
You know, if I make one winning pick, this guy will congratulate me on that winning pick. He's just a great guy. I don't congratulate people that much, but 3-0, you get a congratulations for that.
Right,
That's
I appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Hey,
3-0 last night.
It was a good night, and again, I wasn't stretching. I just saw some value in some of them plays, and everything played out, the way that I felt. And I even had a lean on Atlanta also, and that one went. But again, you just don't get too high, don't get too low. But I like the opportunities.
Don't get too low. All right. Well, we got 5 games tonight. Some interesting situations. The first one, let's talk about the Clippers and the Cavs. Right, the Cavs on a back-to-back. They got the win against Brooklyn, a solid win, but they still didn't cover the closer. They pushed the closer of -13. They're a good team. They're winning by margins, but they're just giving a lot of points. And tonight, against a very good Clippers team, given 6 or 6.5. What do you think? Is that too many points?
Well, last night I stayed off the total. I mean, the full games line because of that. And I used them heavily on the first half, and they rock and rolled in that first half, covered 7.5 with no problem. But this is one of those games, I think. Last night, they needed that win psychologically after getting blown out. All right, tonight I think they realize if they get this win tonight, that's just going to strengthen them that much more because this is a quality opponent. Hell, let's get real. On a given day, me, you, and 3 of our friends might get lucky and beat the Brooklyn Nets.
Sure.
Of course, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I think the Cavs tonight look at this opportunity and say, we need this game. We have to get in their head psychologically. J.J. Redick, fucker's on fire. He is absolutely on fire. But I think tonight, for the first time, they're going to feel the loss of Blake Griffin. I think it's going to be too much under the boards with Moskov, Love, Tristan Thompson. So I like, again, and I'm not jumping, this is my one play. I have one play tonight, and this is it. I jumped all over it, and I grabbed the Cavs -3 on the first half. I think early, and they rested the whole fourth quarter. Every starter did not play. So I think they start early. I think this could be to the Clippers what happened to the Cavs the other night against Golden State, except nowhere near getting whooped by 30 or 40. But I think, maybe 8, 9, maybe double figures. I think Cleveland's out to prove a point. So I'm banking on Cavs first half -3, Pete.
All right, so you're not terribly sold on the Clippers then? I mean, over the past 3 weeks or so, they've been great against the spread. DeAndre Jordan, you're not
still
sold.
haven't healed from what they did to me a month and a half ago. Are you kidding me?
All right, they've been killing it ATS over the past 2 or 3 weeks or so. So and then we also have one of these Spurs games, right? -16 on the road against Phoenix. Phoenix, of course, has been they covered their last game, but before that they had a long run of ATS losses. Tony Parker's out for the Spurs, and of course they have a huge matchup coming up with Golden State. They also play tomorrow at the Lakers.
And what's that tell you then? They may rest the big guys
They
tonight.
might, yes. But then again, if you look back how the Spurs have done,
their bench is capable of covering that line. Honestly, they are. They're that deep.
They easily beat bad teams by 20 on the road.
Absolutely.
Not a problem for this team.
It seems to be consistent that they do it also.
But you're not
touching
attracted.
it. No.
What about the Spurs on the first half?
I thought about it, looked at it, scratched my head, but it came down to the Popovich, last second. They won't announce it until the last second. Hey, you know what? 4 of you guys sit down. Now, I know that the backups pick up slack, but I don't know that the backups cover first halves as well as their starters. So I just got to sit back on that one.
All right. Well, there's 3 other games on the card. It just so happens that I made actually pretty big bets on the overnights on 2 of them, but also it just so happens that I feel like I'm being trapped into something on both of them. The first one I'll tell you about was the under in Atlanta, Sacramento.
I knew you were thinking
I jumped on it on 217, Mike Brenner. Now it's 214.5.
Like that.
I did bet it big. I will tell you though that after this call, I'm going to go back and hedge out some of it at 214.5. Maybe I'll get a middle. Sacramento, they've been going under, but they can easily go for 140 on any given night.
I know.
And I've gotten burned on taking Sacramento unders on high totals like this before. I also wouldn't be surprised if this one creeps up and closes at like 216.
But again, another fact, they're both on back-to-back, so that might play into your favor. And if you nailed it at 217, it's already dropped to 214. I think that's a good sign.
I did. They both have been they both have been recent under trenders, but before that on huge over trenders. So I'm not sure about that one. And then the other one, I took New Orleans at -2. It's still -2 right now It's
Playing
it's
better.
1.5 at Heritage,
Yeah.
which is makes me nervous. The Pelicans just lost Eric Gordon, but they have other pieces to the puzzle. The Pistons, of course, a sub 500 ATS record on the road, and they are on a back-to-back as well.
Yeah, back-to-back's the factor there. Eric Gordon just can't stay healthy. It's
Right.
a shame. God, he's good. Yeah.
Mike Brenner, if you had to pick one of those, Sacramento under 214.5 or New Orleans at -1.5 or 2, what would you pick?
You're not getting me to bite that damn
No?
thing up for no way.
Neither one of them, right?
I'm not fishing on that one. No, ain't happening, Pete.
All
Now,
right.
look, you did. You nailed it last night. You had a nice, sharp call. All right. I'm not going to have you to try to press it, but which one are you going to use? Or maybe both. Maybe both.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I like the Sacramento one, but it makes
Yeah.
me nervous. It makes me fishy. I think it's gonna go back up by tip off from where it is right now at 214.5.
Okay.
I will give a shot. I'll give New Orleans. Right now it's
Okay.
2 or 1.5 market wide, so I will give New Orleans -2 market wide. The Pistons can be an impressive team, but I'm hoping that New Orleans somehow, they're a head case team, right?
They are,
I'm
but
hoping somehow they get it together with
on
the
any
loss
given
of
night,
Gordon.
Ryan Anderson can get hot along with Anthony Davis. So I think that might,
Do you
bode
think
well.
maybe this given night will be one of those
Yeah,
nights,
let's go
right?
for it. I'm pulling for you, buddy.
All right,
Come on.
New Orleans -1.5. I will give. Not in love with it. Hopefully, I'll get a
Okay.
winner though.
You got it. New Orleans -1.5. I'm going with Cavaliers first half -3. So
All right.
bank your buck with the odds couple. We're,
In the books. Hopefully, we'll have another winning night. Who knows?
There you
We'll
go.
be back tomorrow though for the big Friday card.
We might drink a beer tomorrow, Pete.
We might.